Good evening from Old Trafford. Here, only 2 steps from the League Cup final, we have 2 teams with distinguished pedigrees but who've never won this trophy, and both are anxious to prove tonight that recent league defeats have no bearing on their cup form. Manchester United have brought Steve Patterson into their back 4 because Stuart Houston has an upset stomach. Patterson is 19 and this is only his 4th appearance. There's also a reshuffle further forward because Jimmy Greenough, United's recent signing from Stoke, is ineligible. Sammy McIlroy will push up front in his place, and Tommy Jackson makes his first appearance of the season for United against his former club. Tommy had 2.5 years with Everton before moving to Nottingham Forest in 1970. Only one of his former teammates is playing tonight. He's Roger Kenyon, who will have mixed feelings about playing at Old Trafford. Last time he was here in April, he was debuted with an own goal. This is the full Everton lineup. Nick Bernard is missing because of a groin injury, so Terry Darracott continues at right back. In fact, there's only one change from the side beaten at West Bromwich on Saturday. George Telfer, scorer of 4 goals, reclaims the number 11 shirt he's worn most of this season. And tonight's referee, a member of the FIFA panel, is Mr. Gordon Kew from Middlesbrough, with Manchester United having kicked off in the white shorts, attacking the goal to our right. This is Steve Coppell. Lyons backing away from him, David Jones doubling round. This is Lyons, and this is Jones. It's a bad ball given away to Forsyth, but lost over the line for an Everton throw. An all-ticket, packed crowd of around 60,000 at Old Trafford tonight. Patterson. Greenoff. Pearson. Coppell. Coppell putting the low one in, and Davis has it. Steve Coppell, 5 goals this season. Latchford again beating Patterson in the air. Telfer spreading it out for Darracott. In for Latchford, who's taken up a good position again, and he very nearly kicked it out of Stepney's hands. But Latchford again had got through into a very good position there, slipping away from Patterson, well away from the young centre-half, and it was only the bravery of Stepney that saved Manchester United. A few spots of rain, and a very cold evening too. Here's Hill, shot covered by Davis. Gordon Hill straying over onto the right for the first time, found a gap for his left foot. Pearson, Coppell, Jones to Latchford. Goodless. Daly stood off and timed his moment for the tackle well. Forsyth. Jump and flick by Pearson, but McNaught was policing McIlroy. The marking so far pretty tight, and the only significant advantage has been won by Latchford over Patterson. Greenoff. Albiston. McNaught. Given it to McIlroy, but in-step Lyons. Tommy Jackson with the throw. Taken by Pearson. Hill. Still Hill, but he's got Darracott to beat. And he was over that tackle, and the linesman and referee agree on the free kick. A wild lunge by Darracott. Jackson going out to take it. United throwing 7 men forward. Among them Patterson, the tall centre-half, but no need for height when it was just planted across on the ground. Jackson to try a throw-in. Nobody running for him except McIlroy. He's got Darracott at his heels. He's lost him now. Turned him twice beautifully. Koppel over the top. McIlroy did well then. Doubled once, doubled twice, and lost Darracott. Koppel flicked up. Here's McIlroy. Lovely bit of work. Sends Darracott first one way, then the other. Fires over the low centre. Now look how well Koppel flicks this up, but can't keep the overhead shot down. Still 0-0 after half an hour. Latchford's header. Jackson for Manchester United. Albiston. Up towards McIlroy, but McNaught jumped well. Lyons, Dobson. King going into a space. Screwed the shot a bit. They got a second chance, but Greenoff was doing some sterling work there. Dobson couldn't get it past Forsyth. The referee has given handball. Forsyth adjudged to have used his arm to control the ball. Number 3 is Jones. Jumped by Latchford, Telford chasing it up to the touchline, pursued by Albiston. Darracott is going to take a long throw, very high trajectory. Greenoff and Lyons both missed it. It's come out to Dobson. Martin Dobson scored a corking goal from about 35 yards in the derby against Liverpool earlier this season, but didn't really look like finding the target with that one. Pearson coming in to make it awkward for Dobson, but fouled him, and it's an Everton free kick again. Kenyon. Greenoff has come up to Dobson, setting it for his right foot, and he's got that one! Well, he'd had a sighting shot just a couple of minutes earlier, and this time, when it was nodded out by Greenoff, he absolutely thrashed it, just trapped it on his thigh, and the right foot was always beating Stepney. Brilliant goal by Martin Dobson, his 5th of the season. That's 1-0 to Everton. Now Steve Koppel. Dobson again, up to Latchford, who was pushed. Referee lets them go. Daly. Old Trafford in a ferment now. Hill. Flicked up off McNaught's heel and is caught by Davis. Came back off Latchford. Goodless's back heel didn't work. And that's a throw-in to Manchester United. Forsyth. Turned across by Goodless. Telfer following it in, and Stepney only just got back to it. Difficult to read the angle. Was hoisted high up into the lights by Goodless. Well out of that picture. Stepney anxiously watching it, and in fact I think it dropped behind the crossbar onto the netting. by Lyons, down by Latchford to Goodless. King, Daly, Albiston, McElroy at the moment offside, coming back on now and taking the pass as it comes through to him, and tripped by Lyons. McElroy not pleased at that challenge, which looked pretty cold-blooded. Hill's free kick and the header by Koppel. Koppel claiming a corner, but the referee says no. Koppel did well to get his head to a very hard free kick, fired over by Hill. Pearson's header, just for the benefit of King, Jackson's header rather, that King collected. Green off for Scythe. Koppel slipped, and in steps Jones. Chased by Daly, but he's got past Greenoff. Daly still battling. King! Deflected and in! The Goodison fans celebrate, but here is Jones going through, chased by Daly. He's through Greenoff, and when the ball pings around here, it comes out to King. It looked as though there was a deflection off Patterson, and that left Stepney with no chance. Andy King now 8 goals this season, and Everton lead Manchester United by 2 goals to 0. United beaten here 2-0 last Saturday by West Ham, the bottom team in the First Division, and in general having a pretty tough time at home this season. It's true to say though that Manchester United have reserved their best home form for cup games. In 13 matches at Old Trafford, they won only 6, but 5 of those were either in the League Cup or the UEFA Cup. They've really got something to do here. Albiston. Off Hill for a goal kick. Davis looking for a suitable divot and also wasting a bit of time. Daly, intercepted by Jones. Latchford. Goodless. Blocked by Forsyth, but at the expense of an Everton corner. King with the corner to Dobson. Shooting range again for him, and it worried Stepney. Martin Dobson, given it from the corner, sized up the possibilities, found the space through the defenders coming out, but missed the far post by a couple of feet. McElroy, ball had gone out, off McNaught. No, it's a free kick they're taking. Hill. Big jump by Lyons and a very powerful header. Albiston. Hill with McElroy close and Jackson, but he goes for the long one for Koppel. It was a deflection off Jones, but Davis has caught it. King to Lyons, and now to Goodless. Darracott, beaten by Hill, who puts it all the way back to Stepney. Hill. And he's beaten both men, Darracott and Lyons, but Lyons went back for a second bite. And Hill, having made himself a yard of room, couldn't get himself balanced across the ball before Lyons had recovered to make the second challenge. King. Very cool. Darracott to Lyons. That was good play out of trouble by Everton. Well kept in by Goodless. And he runs at Forsyth, but showed him much too much of the ball. Forsyth, a nicely controlled pass to Coppell. Daly, back to Coppell. Daly again, but Dobson there. Steve Coppell, number 7 for Manchester United. McElroy. Jackson setting himself for a shot, and Davis scrambles it away, but he has it before Pearson can arrive. Jackson striding forward, saw the possibilities, and Davis a bit of a scramble, but recovers before Pearson can get there. Foul by Jones on Coppell. A clonk on the side of the head from an elbow. In the last minute of the first half, Forsyth takes the free kick. Kenyon gets up to head into touch. Pearson shakes his head because he thought he was being held down. Daly finding Forsyth in some space, but Forsyth had to go chasing to control the ball. Greenoff. Coppell. Can he go past Jones this time? Turning inside him. But again, Lyons is there to make the covering tackle. Forsyth's cross. Davis's catch. Dobson. Goodless. Goodless getting it away from Daly this time. The jump by Telfer, and Albiston didn't dare wait for Stepney. We're into injury time in this first half. Mr. Q just consulting his watch, content to allow them to go on a little bit longer. Matchford back in, Telfer was up there nodding, and it's out for a throw-in. All the Everton players in attack staying well into the penalty area, so it's got to be a long one from Darracott. And there it goes towards Lyons. Back header, and there. No, that's not the half-time whistle. I thought it was. It was a whistle for a foul by Lyons. Free kick to Manchester United. And there's the half-time whistle. A very good performance by Everton. Devastating long shot. by Martin Dobson, and the second goal 4 minutes later by Andy King. But this is the man who, in my view, has done so much for Everton. Nick Lyons has been absolutely everywhere for them in midfield. He's been back helping out in defence. He's been up lending his height in attack, and in every way he set a tremendous example for his team. And Everton go in with a very comforting 2-0 lead over Manchester United at half-time. Join us again in a few moments. Welcome back to Old Trafford, where Everton, in the all dark blue strip, wait to kick off in the second half, leading by 2-0. Already this season they've beaten Cambridge United 3-0, Stockport 1-0 and Coventry 3-0. So it's now 9 goals they've scored in the competition and not had one scored against them. Manchester United need to score 3. Or at the very least 2 to force a replay. Throw in for Manchester United with Pearson coming to meet it. Koppel playing him on again. And the linesman flagging for a foul. Jones somewhat bewildered to discover that he'd committed it. So Forsyth takes the ball back. Goodless immediately advances another 2 yards. Forsyth takes the kick. And it very nearly beat the whole lot of them. Came over Davis's hands and was plonked into touch by Darracott. Over it came, beat Davis, and Darracott somehow got it over the line for a corner. McElroy to take it. Jackson going to the near post, that's Pearson. Straight on to Dobson's head. McElroy. Jackson. Albiston. Touched away from him by Telfer. Jackson with the throw-in. Taking a long time about it. McElroy. Jackson's cross, the header by Pearson. Daly couldn't get to it. And that came back off Goodless to Lyons. And now Forsyth. Koppel steps in smartly. Hill. Intercepted by Lyons. King gives it to Dobson, back again to King. Goodless on his left. Bob Latchford moving back into the middle from that far touchline. The ball still with Goodless, who can cross well, but not this time. The 2 10s and the red 10 came out on top. Goodless again, harassed by Jackson again. Latchford under it, but Patterson beat him. Came out to Lyons, and Lyons' shot was only a couple of feet wide. Nick Lyons picking up where he left off in the first half. Forward by Forsyth. Kenyon beats Pearson and gets it back to Davis. Header by Greenoff. Forward by Lyons to Latchford. Patterson slipped, but Greenoff across to cut out any possible danger. but in fact the referee had given the free kick. It wasn't a slip, it was a trip on Patterson. Greenoff, fouled by Latchford, and Greenoff just put a foot into the back of Latchford's shins there. Little sort of instant flare-up because Latchford kicked the ball away when Greenoff wanted to try and take the free kick. All happy now, and Patterson forward. Pearson has lost it, and Jones coming away with it for Everton. Giving a good ball wide on the left too for Latchford, with Goodless going ahead of him. King is in the middle, so too is Telfer, and Darracott is arriving, but King has got it in! 3-0, Andy King the scorer. The break down the left, Latchford with Goodless going ahead of him, and Goodless taking it virtually to the byline, crossing low, and King coming away from Greenoff, sticks it in off Stepney's hand. So that's 3-0, only 5 minutes into the second half. Andy King's 9th goal of the season, his second of this game, and Manchester United respond by bringing on David McCreary in place of Daly, but not until the referee can hold up play to allow the substitution to be made. Probably now. Off comes Daly, who's been looking very much out of touch, not only tonight but in earlier games this season. Hasn't been quite the outstandingly sparkling player he was last season and the season before. So McCreary is on, and Manchester United have a corner. Hill. McElroy mistimed the shot. Played forward for Dobson. Manchester United, whose defensive problems have looked pretty serious in the long absence of Martin Buchan, haven't looked any near a solution tonight. Jackson for Hill. The kind of glances exchanged when an error occurs that betoken a side not entirely at ease with itself. Lyons. Aimed towards Dobson's head, and was that a foul or was that just a collision? Dobson went to his knees after running into Forsyth. Now, is that a push or did he stumble? McElroy. Jones for Everton. Latchford being pushed off by Patterson, but he wasn't going to give way. Patterson again. Cleared by McNaught. Greenoff. Straight to McNaught again. Telfer. Latchford. Dobson. Goodless. Dobson again, and Everton playing with the calm and the confidence of a side with a 3-goal margin. All the anxiety on Manchester United's side, and it shows. Chipped forward by Lyons, headed away by Patterson. Lyons in again, winning it before Hill. And Forsyth loses it to King. Goodless. Telfer and Latchford in the middle. Here's King again. Jones called for that, Darracott rather called for it and gets it. Cross back in, Telfer's header away by Greenoff. Goodless back across, and Latchford makes it 4, no, Stepney saves, and Lyons couldn't get there. Good save by Stepney when it seemed that Latchford was bound to make it 4. We'll see the save again, comes clear across here, and Latchford takes it on his thigh, hits it with his left foot, and Stepney beats it down as he falls backwards. Lyons, that came off Jackson, and Jackson not pleased, and down goes Lyons, and there's trouble here, and Mr. Q steps in smartly. Lyons went down holding his face after Jackson brandished a boot. We'll look at it again. Jackson on the ball, Lyons comes through with the back foot, which is what Jackson didn't like, and Jackson lifts a foot, and Lyons goes back holding his face. I wouldn't have said from that replay that he made contact. And Jackson at least pays the penalty of a caution. Pearson, Jackson. Foul by McNaught on Pearson. It's the 18th foul by Everton, against only 5 by Manchester United. Now for Syke. Coppell slightly bemused to find where the ball was, and Jones was able to recover and clear into touch. Coppell. Jones gets a toe to it and puts it out. Manchester United throw. Pearson. Lyons at his heels. Forsyth. And now Jackson. He's got a corner, but no more. Everton defensive covering has been good through the game, and Manchester United have made very few clear-cut shots at goal. Brian Greenoff now going forward. Coming up to the hour, 2/3 of the game gone, 3-0 as the corner comes over and is sliced out by Jones for another corner. Steve Coppell on the line, number 12 is McCreary with Kenyon, and the corner again, headed away by Telfer. Albiston. Coppell, shot was blocked by Lyons. Telfer. And now here's Goodless. Support through the middle from King, Latchford going to join him. Telfer goes past Forsyth and tries the shot himself, but he's over. Ronnie Goodless, who's been causing a lot of trouble in this second half. Gone past McElroy there, that's Telfer, and playing it now for Goodless. And as Forsyth goes across, Goodless goes through the tackle, lets the left foot shot go, over Stepney's hands, but also over the bar. McElroy to Jackson. Foul by King. Pearson couldn't turn Kenyon. Coppell trying his speed against Jones, and Jones trips him. David Jones, not really a left-sided player, he's a central defender who prefers to play on the right, but he's done a good job in a problem position for Everton. Free kick driven low, and it comes back out to Coppell, and there's a deflection into the side netting. It's another corner. The shot, and there was the deflection think it was the inevitable Lions in the way. And Gordon Hill to take the corner. Curling in this time, and a lot of bodies there, but nobody able to make contact. And once again, Everton looking for the break, but this time it's Forsyth for Manchester United. Offside given, and in any case I think it would have been handball. Gordon Hill was the offending player. This is Roger Kenyon. Rashford a clever flick with his head, but Greenoff intercepted it, comes away with a pass from McElroy. That's a beautiful ball for McCreary. And he's got it across the middle, but Davis was there before Pearson. But that was a more promising and more direct move by Manchester United. Well set up by the long ball by Greenoff, which McCreary here has run onto. Hits it across low, but Davis is out before Pearson. Little flick by Hill, chased by Albiston, but he's not going to get there before McNaught. Showed his studs and caught McNaught, and that's going to earn him a caution. Albiston walking away from the referee, but Mr. Q, I think, will be proved absolutely right by this replay. McNaught is there a yard, if not 2 yards before, and Albiston sliding in, studs showing, catches his man on the back leg. Another enormous crowd at Old Trafford. There have been nearly 200,000 here in the League Cup alone this season. 4 games, 187,000 odd. The booing for McNaught as he goes back into the middle. But he was very much the victim. And Darracott to take the free kick. A little bit more than halfway through this second half. It's 3-0 to Everton against Manchester United. A place in the semi-final of the League Cup, the reward. Latchford. Lions that hit Pearson in the face. McNaught. Telfer. Cleared by McElroy, and it finds Pearson. Pearson still. Flicked on for Koppel. And Koppel crosses, but straight into the arms of Davis. Lyons was jockeying Koppel to the line. Davis had come out to make the angle exactly perfect. Didn't need to move to take the cross. King and Jackson up together, and King wins. Darracott and Hill together, and Hill wins. Darracott. Albiston. Greenoff. Jackson. Koppel. Touch back for Jackson. Koppel taking over again, but a tackle by Lyons, which leaves Lyons on the ground holding his thigh. And here's McElroy. Can he go round Jones? Jones makes the tackle for the corner. Lyons is still down. On his feet again now, but the muscles tightening up at the back of the thigh, and that looks very painful. Brian Hamilton, the substitute, is likely to Be in action in the next 60 seconds or so, I guess. Ryan's back on his feet, but clearly in no position to, no condition to play any further part. And the corner comes over and is caught by Davis. The referee, I think, is going to have it taken again, because what's happening down below us is that the linesman is checking the studs of Brian Hamilton, and Mr. Q has permitted the substitution to be made. Brian Hamilton signed from Ipswich a year ago last Tuesday for £40,000. Now here's the corner. Koppel coming for it, and Davis, and it's off Davis for another corner. Gordon Hill again. Dobson's clearance. Forsyth finds Hill. Hill. Shot was blocked, as so many of United shots have been blocked by tremendously willing defence and covering back by Everton. Jackson. Davis missed the punch completely. The ball has gone skidding out of the area to safety. Latchford bringing it away. Dobson. King. Tried to get it through to Darracott, but here's Greenhoff for Manchester United. Hill. Running at McNaught. Back onto that left foot, and he lets a beauty go, and he wasn't far away that time. Probably as near as Manchester United have been to scoring. Hill doubling this way and that, and then coming back onto that favourite left foot and unleashing a curler that didn't come back quite far enough. Pearson. Koppel. Patterson. With 3 minutes to go, it looks very much as though Manchester United have accepted the inevitable. Third goal by Andy King, 5 minutes after half-time, was the killer. McCreary, Hill. Now Jackson. Good shot and a beautiful save by Davis. Held that very well. Jackson gets it nicely off his left foot, and a very good catch from Davis when he might just have been tempted to push it over. Dobson. Kenyon to Hamilton. Goodless to Latchford. Forsyth wins the battle of the rebounds and looks for McCreary, but it found Kenyon's head, and now Dobson. Darracott, King, McNaught. The early ball in, header away by Greenhoff, comes to King, and he was so close to his hat-trick, a matter of inches. McNaught's intelligent early ball, the header out by Greenhoff, straight to King. He had one quick look, hit it for the top corner, and came so close to it. There's Dobson's header, Latchford for Dobson again. Goodless. Played in by Hamilton. Koppel to Greenoff. Patterson, Pearson, Koppel. Jackson ahead of him. Pearson. Signs of desperation. Tired shot from Stuart Pearson. And so we go into the time that Mr. Q adds on. The formality of injury time for Everton to play out to take up their place in the semi-final of the League Cup. McElroy on to McCreary. Hill goes past his man and gets the shot away, but wide. But the absence of Martin Buchan from defence, Lou Macari from midfield, the ineligibility of Jimmy Greenoff up front, all valid points that Manchester United might make, but as the final whistle goes, no credit can be taken away from Everton because they are worthy victors here tonight by 3-0. Manchester United have now gone 7 games without a victory, but Everton are into the semi-final of the Football League Cup for the first time in their history. Thanks to a splendid long-range goal from Martin Dobson and 2 more from Andy King. 3-0, Everton have beaten Manchester United at Old Trafford. From us, good night.